Good morning, dear students. Dear student, you all are familiar that we are going through with our third chapter, basic problem of an economy. In this chapter, we discuss so many points like central problem, problem of an economy, problem of choice, scarcity. Okay, dear student, in our previous session, we discussed about the meaning of production possibility curve. After that, we did the assumptions of production possibility curve, and after that, we did the characteristics of production possibility curve. So dear student, our today's topic is basic problem on a production possibility curve. Okay, we have different basic problems in our economy, so all these problems will be explained with the help of production possibility curve, or will be illustrated with the help of production possibility curve. Now the economic problem which we have are like problem of scarcity and choice, central problem like what to produce, how to produce, and whom to produce. So all these problem will be illustrated on production possibility curve. So dear student, let's start with our first point, which is the problem of scarcity. Before starting this point, dear student, let us go through with this diagram. Okay, we understand all our economic problem with the help of this given diagram. Okay, dear student, in this diagram we have x-axis, we have y-axis. In x-axis we have butter, in y-axis we have guns. Okay, and we have a curve which is concave. This curve is known as PPC, production possibility curve. Okay, dear student, and we have different points C, E, point K, point H. What are these points? We will discuss in the upcoming part of the video. Okay, in this chapter. Now let's start with our first point, which is the problem of scarcity. Dear student, you all are familiar that our resources are scarce, but our wants are unlimited. Okay, and with the available resources, we have to fulfill all our unlimited wants. Dear student, this is implied by all those combination of the two goods which lies outside the production possibility boundary, such as combination indicated by point K. So always keep in mind that any point which is outside of the production possibility curve, this point is unattainable combination. It means with the available resources you cannot attain this particular point which is outside the PPC curve. Okay, and the point which is rely on the PPC curve like point E and point C, all those points are simply known as attainable combination. It means those combination you can attain with the available resources. Okay, dear student, so always keep in mind when you have PPC, like this is your PPC curve, so all point which rely on PPC like point A, point B and point C, all those are attainable point, and the point outside the PPC curve like point K, this is unattainable combination, and similarly the point inside the PPC curve like point P, this is also the unattainable combination which you cannot attain. Okay, the point P you can attain, but this point, in this point you have the underutilization of resources. It means your resources are not fully utilized. That's why this point is underutilized point, and this point K is far away from the PPC curve, so this is unattainable combination. Okay, dear student, so from this point it is clear that point relying on PPC is attainable combination. We can attain those points with the available resources, and point away from the PPC curve or outside the PPC curve is unattainable, which we cannot attain. This is called the problem of scarcity because we have scarce resources. Okay, dear student, so we cannot produce at point K. Now second point is the problem of choice. Again, dear student, we all are familiar that we have limited resources but our wants are unlimited, so we have to choose that which good we are going to produce. Okay, or which goods we are going to produce first, which good we are going to produce second, so we have to choose between both the goods. So in this case you have to choose that which is your preferable point. Okay, whether point, in this diagram we can see whether point C or whether point A. Okay, which is your preferable point, you have to select that which at which point you wish to produce, point C or point E. Because when you choose point C, it means you can see with the help of this, you can see that the demand of gun is more by the individual as compared to butter. That's why you are producing at point C. Now similarly, if you choose point E, it means the demand of butter, you can see, which is 4. The demand of butter is more as compared to guns. So you have to choose that what is your wish. Okay, what is your wish? Yeah, what goods you want to choose. So you have to select accordingly. Okay, if you select guns, if you want to produce more guns, then you have to select point C. If you wish to produce more butter, then you have to switch towards point E. Okay, as you know that we have limited resources and we cannot produce one good without sacrificing the other. So that's why you have to choose between both the goods, that which goods quantity you want to produce more as compared to the another. Now the problem, third part is the problem of what to produce. Now in what to produce, as I told you that the problem of what quantity of the two goods is to be produced is represented by any particular point on the production possibility curve. So different point on the production possibility curve represent different combination of the two goods. Okay student, thus if the society chooses combination C, which I told you, it shows that it has decided to produce more guns and less butter. And on the other hand, if it choose combination E, it shows that more of butter will be produced. Okay, as compared to the gun. So at what point the economy decide to operates depend on the taste and preference of the consumer. Okay student, so at in certain point of time, if people want more guns, then you will produce at point C, and less butter, then you will produce at point C. Now if people wish to produce more butter as compared to the guns, then you will choose point E, because at this point the butter will be produced more as compared to the guns. Okay student, now let's move to our next point, which is point 4. This point is related to the problem of full and efficient utilization of resources. Dear student, as I told you that if the economy is operating with its full capacity and operating at a and doing the fuller utilization of resources. Okay, suppose you have 100 rupees and you are producing with all the 100 rupees. Okay, whatever you wish to produce. Okay, so this is known as fuller utilization of good. In this case, suppose this is your PPC curve. Okay dear student, when you produce at fuller efficiency and fuller utilization of resources, then you will produce on the PPC curve. Suppose this is point A, this is point P. So when the fuller utilization of resources take place, it means you are producing at on the PPC curve. It means point B, maybe point A, or there is a point maybe C. So it simply represents that you are producing on the PPC curve. This is known as fuller utilization of resources. And in case if you are not using fuller utilization of resources, it means you are producing at point H, which is inside the PPC curve. Now suppose this is your production possibility curve, so you are producing here, which is H. This is known as underutilized point. Okay, because your capacity is this is your capacity, point A, point B, point C, point D, all these are your capacity to produce, but you are producing at point H, sorry, like this. So your resources are underutilized. So this is known as underutilization of resources. Okay, dear students, so the combination like H inside the production possibility curves are attainable, but they show either inefficient or unemployment of resources, dear student. So the economy can move from point H to any point on the production possibility curve through efficient and fuller utilization of resources. It means when you employed all the resources, when you utilize all your resources, you can switch from point H to point C or point E in our diagram. We have H point which is underutilized. Now when you employed your resources, when you utilize your resources, definitely you will reach at point C or point E, different points in your PPC curve. This is known as the problem of full and efficient utilization of resources. Okay student, now move to our last point, which is problem of economic growth. Okay dear student, now this is the now the problem of economic growth, we all know that in the PPC assumption we studied about that resources and given technology remain constant. There is no change in resources and a given technology. But dear student, we know that in economics resources and our technology remains changing. Okay, technology is upgrading with the times. So when technology upgrade with the time and when resources are developed or resources and new resources are find out in the economy, then it is possible that our PPC curve shifted. Okay, so whenever the question is asked that is it possible to shift in the PPC curve, the answer is yes, it is possible in the yes, it is possible to shift the PPC curve, but with the help of increase in resources, increase in technology and all other factors. So we can see this with the help of diagram. So dear student, in this diagram you can see that this is our initial PPC curve. Okay, the PPC curve before growth. Okay, before growth take place, it means we are using old technology, our labor, our resources are less efficient. Okay, and the available resources which we have, we all we already use all those resources, so that's why we are producing at this older PPC curve. Now dear student, when we change our technology, okay, when we develop new technology or when we find out the new resources, it simply represents that our PPC curve shifted towards right. This is rightward shift in PPC curve. It means our technology increases, it means our resources increases, that's why growth take place in the economy. So when the new PPC curve arrive, we will at point A, K. Now we can produce at point K. Okay, and before this we are producing at point C and E, and these are this is possible just because of the growth of the resources and development of the new technology. It is possible that we can produce at point K. Okay dear student, so the solid production possibility curve shows the production possibility before economic growth, indicated that combination C and E are attainable and combination K is unattainable. Okay, which you can see that C and E are possible but K is impossible. Before, you can see in this diagram that C and E are possible but K is unattainable combination before growth. But after growth, you can see that after growth the point K is possible to achieve because our PPC curve is shifted. Okay dear student, so the economic growth shift the production possibility curve outward. Okay, outwardly as indicated by the dotted curve, showing increased production of both the goods. After economic growth, many combinations which were unattainable earlier becomes attainable now. Thus, combination K which are attainable earlier becomes attainable now. Okay, now before the growth, the point K is unattainable. It means we cannot attain the point K, but after growth it is possible to attain the point K. Okay dear students, so that's why production possibility curve is a very helping tools to analysis to explain many our economic problem. Okay dear student, so at this point your chapter is finished. Okay dear student, I will send you your questions for the homework. Okay, you have to complete all your questions. Okay dear student, if you in case if you have any doubt, just drop your doubt and we will discuss in our upcoming session. Okay, now you have to do short answer type question. Okay dear student, you have to do all these 4 short answer type question and all these long answer type questions. So this is basically your homework which you have to do. Okay, that's it for today student. Stay healthy, stay safe.